What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and Vandy superstar Mikayla Blake has been absolutely dominant as of late, and she is averaging 32 points, 5 assists, and 2.5 steals per game in her last 5 games. And she has led Vandy to victories over Texas, Oklahoma, and Kentucky during their stretch. And y'all, this might sound crazy to say, but Mikayla Blake might be the best player in women's college basketball, and her journey to get here has been remarkable. Because a couple of years ago, when she committed to Vandy over Tennessee, Rutgers, Stanford, and UCLA, a lot of people were skeptical of that decision because it had been years since Vandy was considered to be an elite program in women's college basketball. They had not been a great team since the early 2000s, and she chose them over 4 of the best programs in women's college basketball. Again, y'all, in Tennessee, Stanford, Rutgers, and UCLA. And a lot of people were surprised she did that. And a lot of people, y'all, did not think she was going to be able to have success at Vanderbilt when you just consider the fact that it had been so long since they had been a great team, since they had been considered to be one of the best programs in women's college basketball. And also a lot of people thought that, you know, she and Vandy were really going to struggle in a tough SEC that has South Carolina and LSU, you know, and Kentucky and Georgia and Alabama and the up-and-coming Ole Miss team. So, again, y'all, a lot of people vehemently disagree with her decision to commit to Vandy over 4 legendary programs like Tennessee, Rutgers, Stanford, and UCLA. But y'all, she did this because she believed in what Shea Ralph was building, and she stated that she wanted to return Vandy women's basketball to its glory days, y'all. I think we really have to commend her for doing it because a lot of players are not willing to go to a rebuilding program and really build them back up into what they once were. I think you look at what Juju did a couple of years ago when she decided that she was going to go to USC because she wanted to return them to its glory days. You know, a lot of people were surprised she did that. And look, y'all, it's definitely worked out in a tremendous way. And a lot of people were surprised that Mikayla Blake chose to go to Vanderbilt. But that has definitely paid off in a tremendous way, y'all. As again, she's averaging 32 points, 5 assists, and 2.5 steals in her last 5 games. And let me just say this, it's not like she's only been playing well in her last 5 games. No, y'all, she was great last year as a freshman. She had 2 50-point games, was the first freshman in women's college basketball history to achieve that feat, y'all. And last year she averaged about 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. But this year, y'all, she's been even better. She is averaging 26 points, which leads women's college basketball, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals per game. And y'all, Vandy is a top 5 team in the country. I mean, who would have thought that Vandy would have been this great, y'all, a couple of years ago? Because a couple of years ago, I would have never thought Vandy would have been this great. I thought they were eventually going to be a really good team. But y'all, they're one of the best teams in women's college basketball. And we have to give a lot of credit to Mikayla Blake because she has absolutely turned this program around. And because of that, y'all, I think that's why she has a strong case as being the best player in women's college basketball, because she's an elite 2-way player. She's not just a 1-way player. She's not just a player that's going to score a lot of points and that's it. No, y'all, she is an elite 2-way player. And let's start with what she brings offensively. I mean, she is a very skilled offensive player, a true 3-level scorer who does a great job of getting to her spots in the mid-range game, in the 3-point game. She's a very crafty ball handler who does a great job of crossing her opponents over, getting by them with ease. She's also really good at finishing around the rim. She's a really good free throw shooter, shooting about 85% from the line. And she's also an underrated passer. I know everyone knows she's an elite scorer, but I don't think a lot of people give her credit for what she does in terms of her playmaking ability. I mean, she's a really good passer, has great court vision on the floor, is able to find her over teammates and hit them, you know, on time and on target. So she's this complete package offensively, y'all. But defensively, this is where I really love her, because you're not going to find too many players that are elite scorers that are also elite defenders, y'all. But that's what we have in Mikayla Blake. As again, she's averaging 3 steals per game, and even just beyond the steals that she gets, y'all, I mean, she's just a tenacious on-ball defender, one of the best perimeter defenders in women's college basketball. She will guard her opponent 94 feet and really just give them, you know, a lot of trouble, y'all, during the entirety of the game, man. She puts a lot of pressure on the ball, has quick hands, has quick feet. She's very fast, very athletic, very agile. She moves well defensively, y'all. And again, she's just a lockdown defender. I mean, you're going to have a very difficult time scoring on Mikayla Blake. And I just think, y'all, we're looking at a player that a couple of years ago, a lot of people doubted, but now 2 years later, everyone is singing her praises. And I'm telling y'all, she might be the best player in women's college basketball. Now, I still think Sarah Strong is the best player in women's college basketball, but y'all, it's very close because when you look at what Mikayla Blake is doing at the program that she's doing, and y'all, again, Vandy was a program that had not been great since the early 2000s, and now they're one of the best teams in the country. There are some people that think they can make it to the Final Four. And why is that, y'all? It's because of Mikayla Blake. Now, I will say this. They have some other good players on the team, like Sasha Washington, who I really like, and Aubrey Galvin, who's one of the best freshmen in the country. But, y'all, this all starts and ends with the great and sensational Mikayla Blake. She is definitely, y'all, a top 5 player in women's college basketball. She is one of the best two-way players in women's college basketball. And she is an absolute superstar. And, y'all, she has absolutely transformed Vandy women's basketball. And that's all they needed, y'all. They just need to get, that great player, a superstar type player that could really change the culture, change the identity for their program. Again, I reference Juju, y'all. When Juju committed to USC, it's like that program got energy again, because that was the first time in a long time that they had a star player that they feel like they could bring, their program back to its glory days, y'all, right? When South Carolina got Tiffany Mitchell and Asia Wilson, that program, look how it rejuvenated that program, because all the, the fan base, they were incredibly excited. They felt like they could compete. And this is what Mikayla Blake has done for Vandy, y'all. When she committed a couple of years ago, it wasn't a popular decision. It wasn't an easy decision, y'all. But she did it because she wanted to restore the great days of Vanderbilt basketball, y'all, being one of the top programs in women's college basketball. And she has absolutely done it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think this team is incredibly dangerous. I think they can compete with basically any team in the country not named UConn. And I do believe, y'all, that they have a strong chance of going to the Final Four. I mean, this is a very strong team all around. But again, y'all, it starts with the sensational, the phenomenal Mikayla Blake, who might just be the best player in women's college basketball. So, Mikayla, keep doing your thing, girl, and I cannot wait to see you ball out in March Madness. So there y'all have it. This is me talking about the greatness of Mikayla Blake. Remember, y'all, laugh's good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.